Oh, I had my mic off. Alright, so anyway, this was, this is definitely a bug. So I'm back at it, found the problem, found a workaround, did not find any open issues on the, God, what is that stupid bug tracker thing? Launchpad, yeah, Launchpad. But this is definitely a problem. I found some stuff from other projects where, so if you're familiar at all with Juju, it's got charms, and there's a keystone charm, and I found an issue where they have remove entry point configuration. The configuration options for plugin entry points is super, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't work, leads to errors on Rocky, which is what we were having. Remove these from the configuration and have Keystone use its defaults. The problem for what we were running into is that SAML 2 used to be a supported protocol, and it was removed some time ago. And so I'm guessing for legacy purposes, you were able to set the mapping. So let me just open up the file so we can just kind of talk about it, what it was that was happening here. So open up our keystone.conf, and actually I've removed all the lines that were causing problems, so because they don't need to be there anymore. But if you'll remember, we had a line in the Keystone comp that was let's see here. It was in our auth block. Here it is. Okay, so we had this line before, and then here we had Keystone. Whoops, come on. We had Keystone dot auth dot plugins dot mapped. So this is the line we had before, and we were getting an error. We were getting 500s. The error we were getting was it was just a 500 from the web, and then in our keystone.log file, oops, I don't want to tail that. I want to just less it. So in here we were getting what were we getting? There we are. This is what we were getting before. Could not load keystone.auth.plugins.map.map. So what a little bit more digging in, so I removed auth lines, I removed all of that, and what I started getting was errors about it expecting just mapped, right? So let me kind of open up some files to show you here. So in our Mellon.conf. So remember I was talking, we had here in our protocol list, we needed to have the protocols as mapped, or before we had them as SAML. Okay, or SAML2 to be exact. So the output from Keystone was that it was expecting it to be mapped. And so because of the bug I found on the Juju charms, which led, you know, their fix was to just comment out and use the defaults. And so what I decided to try was just, let's go with, instead of creating the protocol and naming it SAML, and then mapping SAML to the mapped authentication plugin, let's just go with the default name of mapped. And so that's what I did. So I removed SAML2 from the Mellon config, replaced that with mapped. Then I had to go into the OpenStack dashboard and replace the instances of SAML2 for our web choices. I replaced that from SAML2 to mapped. And then I had to Federation protocol, because if you'll remember, we ran some commands. We ran this OpenStack Federation protocol create SAML2, and then used our mapping and mapped that to our Okta identity provider. Well, I had to delete that and then create a new one named mapped. Okay. Then I restarted Apache to get the changes from that we made to Horizon, the changes that we made to Keystone, and the changes that we made to the Keystone conf. Once I restarted everything, then everything was working. So we were right. We had it all done right, but there is some kind of bug in Keystone that is preventing that from working. So if for some reason you have found this video because you are looking to go from, let's say, because I'm almost 100% sure that we tested this configuration on Queens. I'm going to have to go back and redo it again just to make sure, or find one of my Queens instances to make sure that it does work. For sure Pike, because I just did a Pike setup last week, and this is the way we did it was definitely supported in Pike. I've done lots and lots on Newton and Mitaka. I have not done any on Okada, but I assume that it still works, especially if it worked on Pike. And I'm pretty certain that it worked on Queens. So anyway, if you found this video because you're looking for how to fix your SAML2 problem on Rocky, here it is. That's the fix. I'm gonna go file a bug report and see what the upstream developers say. That may have been something that was legacy, and I just didn't know, but I can't find anything in the release notes about it, so I feel like it's a bug. But anyway, there you go. That's getting Federation set up and functional with using mod auth Mellon. So I'm going to be posting a blog post to kind of wrap this up so that you can follow it in one failed swoop, or one successful swoop, should I say. And I'm going to make like an actual, start to finish video. I'll just record it rather than stream it. And then we'll get that up on YouTube as well, so you can kind of follow it, and at least get yourself into a functional setup. So hopefully this helped. Sorry we weren't able to get it going the first time. Bugs happen. Tell you what, that's a big part of my day, is running into problems. A lot of times they're self-inflicted. Other times, like this, it's a change in the way the code works. And even though the code that I examined, like the mapping plugin code, that was still correct, I'm guessing there's probably had been a change in possibly the loader that's used. So I don't know, that might be a stevedore change or something. I'll just have to, I'll have to see if it's something I have time to dig into to find the actual root cause, or maybe one of the developers, one of the Keystone developers already knows what the problem is after I open the bug, and they'll be able to either address it as it works as expected and we forgot to document the change, or something, right? So, and anyway, there we go. Short and sweet. It works. And yay. Mod Mellon, Federation, SSO, all that good stuff. Anyway, if you're watching this video on YouTube, check out my Twitch channel at Twitch TV, twitch.tv/VertDevNinja, and got a Twitter account at VertDevNinja. Check that out. And anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Catch you on the next one.